What it really do, DC gang? Welcome back to the channel. How you guys doing out there, familia? First of all, I did manage to make it to Diamond 1. In the last video, I believe we went over Mitsurugi, and I showed you how I went from Diamond 4 to Diamond 2, and then with this deck, I made it from Diamond 2 to Diamond 1. It's not a huge jump, but the main reason why I probably haven't made it to a master rank with this deck, I'm gonna be honest, I'm just not a good pilot with this deck. And I'm not too fond of it. It's a really good deck. I'm gonna tell you the pros and cons of the deck, but it's not that much of my play style. For my last 20 games, I believe I went 10 and 10. And again, some of these games are pretty much lost because, again, I'm not that great of a pilot with the deck. You might see in some of the replays that that's the case. But either way, here we are. I'm going to go over the deck list. Again, I'm going to tell you the pros and cons. It's nice and tight, 42 cards. You could definitely play this at 40, make a few changes here and there. But I like the way this is. And this deck is hella consistent. Like stupid consistent. Why? Because you're gonna be playing the Fiendmith engine. You're also gonna be playing the Millennium engine. Why do we play this engine? It's simple, bro. Bodies. You got bodies on top of bodies, behind bodies, that's in front of a body. Oh, that's a bar, bro. I really be rapping. Let me stop. Either way, it's just bodies, bro. This deck just spits out bodies, and so you get monsters on the field, a gazillion amount of them, and then you just start doing linking shenanigans. That's all you're gonna do with this deck. And it's honestly pretty cool. But either way, it's a 42 card deck list, like I said. So we're going to start it off with the Lurry, because you're playing Fiendmith. You know you need one copy of that. Now, Duel and Logbird, yes, if you play this deck, or you should play this at 3. Why? This deck does not care at all about Duel and Logbird. Like, this deck will look at you, draw them, and be like, okay, what's that supposed to do? Like, is this your king? Is this your king? Because it shouldn't be. Not against this deck. It does nothing. You're going to see in the second replay. I think, as a matter of fact, I think it's the first one. I made the whole combo. And it's just through Duel and Logbird like it's nothing. But you definitely want to play this at 3, because if you get Maxi, you could draw yourself and legitimately just go crazy. Because any 2 bodies is full combo with this deck. So we're going to play 2 Maxis, of course, for Maxi reasons. 3 Ash de la Blossom, a.k.a. the Feats. We're going to play 1 Orcust Symbol Skeleton. This thing is really tough, but it's not a combo. It can be kind of a combo starter depending on your hand. Not really, because you could link off and search a spell, but that's not going to do much of anything. So no, you really want to open up with it. You don't want to open up with it, unless you have extension, of course. Then we're going to play 3 copies of the Orcust Harp. The Harp is amazing. It is a 1-card combo. The thing is nuts. You can send it to the graveyard. You have a lot of starters in this deck, by the way. This thing could be a starter. This thing could be a starter. This could be a starter. Any Millennium card could be a starter. Fiendmith engine could be a starter. Foolish Burial Good could be a starter. So this deck almost never bricks. So yeah, 3 copies of the Orcust Harp Horror, 3 copies of the Girsu. The Girsu is basically your best starter, especially if you have extension with the Girsu, because what the Girsu does is it's gonna get this thing in the graveyard most of the time, and then it's gonna give you a token. So this thing is giving you extension and then 2 bodies on the field, because the token you can link it off is pretty nuts. And essentially, technically, depending on how you do the combo, if you yank that other token, it's essentially 3 bodies that this thing is giving you. This 1 card, which is pretty insane. So yeah, you're gonna play 3 copies of that, and make sure that if you're gonna start your combo, because I made the mistake of doing this numerous of times, which is why I lost some of those duels, like I said. I will start off my combo with the Fiendmith engine or with the Millennium engine, trying to bait out shenanigans. Don't do that. Just play this first, because once this thing is the only monster on the field, you could get the token. If it's not, then you don't get the token, so you're losing out on basically 2 bodies. So yeah, just start it off with this thing if you have it. 1 copy of La Crema, of course. 2 copies of the Mochami Fualos. Again, if you want to play that at 3, just make any changes that you want to the deck. I prefer it to play like this. You could get rid of these Artifact Lancias, which I wouldn't, because this is, bro, I legitimately survived certain death. Like I was supposed to get washed in the second replay that you're gonna see, and this thing alone was the only reason why, because I was playing against Mitsurugi Maliss. Yes, Maliss, Mitsurugi, whatever you want to call it. This thing is the only card that saved me from getting washed. But either way, we're gonna play 1 World Legacy. This thing can be special summoned to any. Let me repeat, any link pointy link arrow. And it doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be an Orcust monster. If I make Apollo, you could summon this thing under Apollo. This thing is nuts because it can negate and pop extra deck monster once it activates its effect. So if your opponent summons an extra deck monsters, activate that, you can negate it and pop it. This thing is tough. Also, it could just be an extra body for your combo, depending if you need it or not, right? Then we're gonna play one Golem, of course, because it's limited to one. 2 copies of the Fiend's Engraver, regular Fiend's Shenanigans. We're gonna play one Orcust Nightmare. This thing is essential to your combo as well. You basically banish this thing to send a card to the graveyard, which is follow-up most of the time. Then we're gonna play one World Legacy World 1. This thing is tough because a lot of the time, if this is in the graveyard or in your hand, you could activate this to summon it, which is really nice. Or you could just banish this to special summon one of your banished Orchid monsters from the banish zone. Really good. Again, we're gonna play 3 copies of the Sangenjin, mainly because, again, you know, bodies. We're gonna play one Nib, which I wasn't playing until the last like 2 games. I didn't realize I wasn't playing it, but yeah, you should play at least 1 copy of Nib. In my opinion, if you're gonna play Maxi or Fuelos in any deck, even whether it's good or not, doesn't matter because it can come in clutch sometimes. You have to play Maxi, because when you play a deck like this, you don't, if you're drawing or maxing somebody, not drawing, if you're Fuelo somebody or maxing them, you don't really want to join to draw, right? That's not necessary unless you want to stop yourself from drawing. Yeah, you want to join to an Ash, but Ash is not gonna stop almost anything most of the time. So you want to join to the Nib so you can wipe a board and at least make that board weaker, right? So yeah, that's why I play one copy of that thing. We're gonna play the Foolish Burial Good because again, it's essentially a 1-card starter. You're gonna send this to the graveyard, activate it, special summon this thing. This thing is gonna activate, send another monster to the graveyard. Then you're gonna activate this because you don't have another monster on the field. Get yourself a token, give it to your opponent, and you're gonna steal that token from your opponent later. It's 3 bodies, like I said. So yeah, Foolish Burial Goods is nuts. We're gonna play one Triple Tactic Talent. I really want to play this at 2 or 3. It was either I play this at 2 and play this at 1, or I play this at 1 and play this at 2. I wanted to play the track at 2. I just really like the track at 2. You could play it at 1, but I just really like it at 2. It's just that simple. Then we're gonna play one orchestrated Babel. I'm sorry, Babel or Babel. I'm pretty sure it's Babel. But either way, yeah, this thing is crazy because it makes all of these freaking cards effect a quick effect during your opponent's turn. Well, during your turn as well. It just makes everything a quick effect. So it's nuts. Then we're going to play one Wager Temple, again because of the Millennium Engine, to Call by the Grave on Cross-Out Designator. 2 Infinite Impermanences, which I was playing Dropletting here in this deck. But then I was like, you know what? It's hindering more than it's helping because I have to discard already. Now I have to discard to negate, but sometimes discarding is good, but sometimes it's not. I just let it go and play 2 Infinite Impermanences. Then we're going to play one Orcust Crescendo. I really like that name for some reason, but yeah, it's a counter trap, so it's nuts. Not a lot of things can respond to this. It's a counter trap. So yeah, for the extra deck, one Feed Me La Crema. We're not playing Desiree. Why are we not playing? We're not playing Desiree or Ogmunde. Why? Because you don't need them. Essentially, all you're using the Fiend Engine for is to make bodies. Unless you want to get rid of another type of disruption in here. For example, let's say you're not playing the Sangenji or just not playing the Millennium Engine, then you will get rid of the Snake Eyes Doom Dragon and play like Caesar, because you're already playing Apollo in here, so you can make Caesar with 2 level 6s, which is not that hard to make in this deck. So yeah, you could do that, but no, the main purpose of the Fiend Engine is to get you into your combo for your Orcust shenanigans. Then we're gonna play one again, Doom Dragon, because of the Millennium Engine. We're gonna play Dengirsu because Dengirsu is tough. It's basically any card removal. It's tough. Then we're gonna play one copy of the Nightmare Mermaid. This thing is also how you get into your combo. Any 2 bodies, you make Nightmare Phoenix. Nightmare Phoenix, you make this thing. This thing you discard. Then you special summon your Nightmare Orcust, and you link off into your level 1. You do the whole combo from there. So that's why you play this thing, which makes the extra deck a little tight, because again, we have to play Requiem for the Fiend Engine. We play one copy of the Galatea. The new one, the Galatea Eye, the Link one, which I freaking love the artwork for it. Look at her, she's tough. Yeah, then we're gonna play again the Nightmare Phoenix, because essentially it's what we're gonna link off to do our combo, which is crazy to say. And then we're gonna play IP Mascarenita. Of course, we're gonna follow that up with the SP, the Littlest Knight, aka Stuart Little. We have to play Moon, because again, any 2 bodies, Fiend Engine. Any it's crazy. Any two body Freemouth engine Orcust combo. Any two bodies Orcust combo. You could go from Orcust to free. It's nuts. It's nuts. Then we're gonna play the Freemouth sequence. We're gonna play one copy of the Long Girsu, the Orchestrator. We're gonna play Apollo, and then we're gonna play the new Link 4, which first of all, artwork top tier. I really like it. And then this thing's effect is tough. You basically get to grab one of your banished monsters, add it to the hand. If you want, you could just keep it there, so you could discard it and activate its effect later, or you could just send that thing back to the hand and yank a monster permanently from your opponent's field, which you're gonna see me do. So yeah, that is the deck list. That is everything that you need to know about the deck. Basically, I hope I covered everything that needs to be covered, and I have about 4 or 5 replays for you. I didn't play this deck as much because again, I'm not a good pilot with it, and I don't like it that much. But it's a really good deck. You're gonna see. Let's get into the replays. Alright, familia, here we are for replay number 1 of the day. Now, I forgot to say this, I'm just gonna give you a quick reminder. If you guys enjoy the content, if you like, share, comment, and subscribe, because I would greatly appreciate it. Also, take this first replay as a showcase. I mean, this whole video is a showcase of the deck, right? But this was not a duel. This was a complete massacre on the Duel and Logbird, as you're gonna see. Here we're gonna normal summon the Girsu. Again, it's the best combo starter because look at this. We're gonna send the Harp to the graveyard, which is extension, and now we basically get 2 bodies onto the field. Now this is a body on your opponent's field, which is really good for us because now Imperp cannot be used if they have one, which is really good for this deck. But it's a token that we can take over later, you're gonna see. Now we have 2 bodies on the field, extension in the graveyard, we can cook. Use the token, link it off into the Galatea Eye. This thing doesn't have an animation. The heck, either way, freeze the track, get ourselves the Lurry, you know how this go. Lurry into the hand, into the graveyard, Lurry from the graveyard, onto the field. Why is this thing not fast forward? Either way, we're gonna get hit with Duel and Logbird. And as you can clearly see, by the fact that I'm linking off, we do not care. We don't care about no Duel and Logbird. We're gonna use both of these monsters, go into the Galatea Automation. We're gonna link off into the Requiem. If you're wondering why I did this like this, it's because I needed a link zone arrow place to put the Requiem. That's why I had to link both of the other monsters off. So we're gonna go into the Requiem, get Requiem out of here, special summon La Crema, activate La Crema, send the Engraver. We're gonna activate the Engraver, get the Lurry back into the deck, special summon it. Now we have 2 bodies. We're gonna sequence into the sequence. That's a bar. That's just a bar, bro. I don't know what to tell you. Either way, bring the sequence out here, activate the sequence, send 2 monsters back, Requiem and La Crema. So we could bring the bigger lotion onto the field. The bigger lotion is gonna give us the Engraver back out here. And now we have 2 link monsters that are level 2 link monsters that we could use to make Apollo of the US of the face. Bring it out here. Now we're gonna activate the Harp, banish the Harp. The Harp is gonna special summon the Orcust Nightmare. We're gonna activate the Galatea Eye, special summon the Galatea Eye. Now this is something that you're gonna see that I believe I never did, was activate this effect. You can send 1 card from your hand or graveyard, add 1 World Legacy monster or 1 Orcust Babel from your deck or graveyard to the hand. Because I have the trap and I have another way of searching our field spell, I decided to not activate this and keep all 3 of these cards in the hand, as we're gonna use all 3 of these monsters now to go into a copy of the Long Girsu, the Orcust Orchestrator. Bring it out here. We're going to activate the Orcust Nightmare, banish that thing, give Apollo an attack boost that she doesn't really need. We're going to send the Orcust Symbol Skeleton, activate that thing's effect, so we could bring the Galatea Automaton, back onto the field, which now we're going to activate her effect. We're going to send back the skeleton, and we can set our field spell in this field spell zone. Now we're going to use this monster to Exceed Summon, because you could use a link monster to Exceed Summon in this deck, which is nuts. Into the Girsu, activate the Girsu, attack the Orcust Nightmare. Now we're gonna use both of these monsters to go into the Lil Girsu, the Orcust Mech Knight. Now we get to activate the Mech Knight's effect, and this was a choice. I should have definitely maybe grabbed the Harp, because essentially I should have just grabbed it to the hand, because I'm gonna have to discard during my opponent's turn. So discarding the Harp would have gave me disruptions, right? I don't know why I decided to do it like this. I should have gotten the harp. That's what I'm gonna say. We also have the foolish burial good for follow-up that I could have done something else with that I'm gonna tell you in a second. But either way, I decided to send the Meg Knight. Now again, I told you that was our body the whole time. The little token, we're gonna use both of these. Going to IP Mascarenita, activate the La Crema. We're gonna send the sequence back, set our back row, and flip up our field spell. And this is our board. So essentially, we have 2 monster negates. We can take over a monster permanently. We can link off, banish a monster, then banish a monster. We have an Omni negate, and we have Maxi right here. We also have card removal in the graveyard. Yeah, this deck is kind of nuts, brother, man. It's kind of nuts. It is pretty nuts. I just don't like the fact that I have to discard. Either way, Galatea Eye, we're going to banish a monster, special summon Galatea Eye, activate it, get rid of the Girsu. And this is what I'm telling you, having the harp in the hand would have been better. Because by sending the harp, I could, activate the harp, special summon the monster, and do all the things. But here we're going to activate the World Legacy, the crown. We're going to add it to the hand. We're going to activate the Orcust Nightmare. I'm assuming we're going to send the 1. Yup, look at this. We give her an attack boost, so we have an extra monster negate now. We went from 2 negates to 3. The 1 is going to activate, and it's going to allow us to special summon this thing from the hand. We're going to throw out the Maxi. Bro has a Crossout Designator. I'm going to activate our Omni negate here. And again, this is just extra disruption. And I believe they scoop. There's nothing to do. Bro has 4 cards. He has to do with Maxi. And all of this disruption, I would scoop too. I would definitely just scoop too. I had to do it to him, bro. I'm trying to climb. I'm trying to get to master rank. I'm not taking any chances. And also, I don't feel bad about this at all because I'm going to show you what deck this is. Let's go. Yeah, that's bro's deck. You think I care? I do not care. You think I care? I would have got washed. If I have to throw everything in the bucket at these people nowadays so I could get my dubs. Either way, let's continue. Yes, sir. Here we are for replay numero 2. Throw up the deuce. And this replay is the replay that I was telling you about. I should have got washed. Now, this hand is pretty decent for going second. Going second, this is nuts. Going first, we just have a 1-card combo, which is not that bad, right? So we're going to activate the engraver here, send it to the yard so I can get myself the track. Now here, draw would have cooked us. Yeah, draw draw can do something to this deck. It just depends on your follow-up and things like that, right? So we're going to activate the track, and I decided to go with La Crema. Que fue? What? Somebody stop him. No. And yes. Now, getting Lori here is definitely the right choice because it allows us to keep our normal summon. Now, the reason why I did this is because I had an idea. Because bro's field was glowing. His field was glowing. I'm like, you definitely have Maxi. I don't want to give you any cards. I'm going to send the Fualos because I'm going to normal summon the La Crema. In hindsight, maybe I should have just kept the hand that I had and went going second. But it doesn't matter because they're still going to have a Maxi in the hand, right? So that's why I did it like this. Activate La Crema. We're going to send Engraver. Activate Engraver. So I can special summon Engraver, and there it is. Now, what I should have done first was going to Requiem. I should have went into Requiem first and then maybe activated this because Requiem would have gotten me to send it to the graveyard special summon. I could at least set up a wall for defense. But it is what it is. I should have definitely done this a little better because I knew he had the Maxi. I just knew. His field was glowing. He was waiting. You have Maxi. We already know. So I put this in defense position, gave him a card, and now I have Infinite Impermanence, Lancia, and Maxi. And hopefully this can save me from death. That's all it was. So now they're going to draw another card here. They're going to activate Ame no Habakiri. They're going to set the Sanji. Sanji send it to the graveyard. Activate the Sanji. Give themselves the Mitsurugi Prayers. That's what I need right now. As they're going to activate the Mitsurugi Ritual, I'm going to throw out this Maxi and hope for the best. It does go through. It does go through. We're still in the game. Let's see what happens. Now, I thought he was playing Mitsurugi for real until he started chefing it up. He's going to go into the Habakiri here. We're going to get to draw another Lancia, of course. Mikoto is going to activate in the graveyard. Then the Aramasa is going to activate in the graveyard as well. Aramasa is going to get them a monster, which is another Habakiri. And this thing is going to get them the Mitsurugi Ritual because they're recycling. They care about the planet. Activate the Ritual here. Send the Habakiri to the graveyard. Special summon the Murakumo. one of my favorite cards in the game right now. Summon that, I get to draw a card, we draw into the Girsu. They get to activate the Habakiri, which is going to special summon itself. But it's going to search and special summon itself. Now here, the Maracuno is trying to wipe the board. I'm not having that. Because the sooner he wipes the board, the sooner he gets to lethal damage. I don't want that. So we're going to stop that thing from basically destroying my little wall right here. And in order for me to negate, I have to get rid of a card. That thing, I hate. I hate that thing so much. It's fun doing it to people. But even when I do it to people, I don't like messing with people's hands or people messing with my hand. But either way, we have to discard. I decided to discard one of the Lancias. And I'm glad that I did. Now, mind you, yes, I have a Girsu and 2 Lancias. Why wouldn't I? But I'm glad I discarded the Lancia because you're going to see in a second. As that thing does get negated, we don't lose the field. They're going to get themselves a Mitsurugi Prayers to the hand. Again, that thing is negated, and there it is. Normal summon, March here. What? I was losing my shit, bro. I was scared. I'm not going to lie. They're going to link off into the link decoder. Of course, they already have that backup Ignister for backup. As they're going to get themselves the Wizard because it's magical the way they're about to start doing their combo. As they're going to activate that thing's effect, banish the hair, well, special summon the hair, special summon the Wizard, all of these bodies, get yourself a Q. Because now you're a part of the alphabet. Get yourself the Q. Link decoder is going to activate. And I think, what did I do here? Absolutely nothing. That's not. Oh no, Lancia. So I threw out the Lancia. And if you're wondering why I threw out the Lancia right now when they're not banishing anything, why not wait for them to banish something? Simple, my boy. This thing doesn't have anything in the graveyard to banish. I don't want them linking off or doing anything and having a card to banish for this thing to be activatable. So before any of that happens, I'm going to throw out this Lancia. As the link decoder is going to come back, we get to draw another card from that. Boom, give me that. He goes battle phase. And like I said, we're going to lose the body here. 2,000 to the face. I'm going to throw out the Fua just in case he wants to do something after the battle phase. Slap us for the 32. 300 to the dome. He's going to activate Mitsurugi Prayers. Send a copy of the Murakuno to the graveyard. Burn for the 1800. Activate the Murakuno. Draw a card. Now, fortunately for me, this effect was already activated. This one. I don't know if he thought that he could summon it back or he forgot that he did this already. But all 3 effects were activated. He can't summon it for lethal damage. So Lancia saved me, I think. As they're gonna set a card here, now they have this board. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards in the hand. We have the Freeman's Engine in the graveyard, so I'm gonna activate the Engraver. Send La Crema back into the grave. Special summon Engraver out here. Use the Engraver to link off into the Requiem. We're going to activate the Requiem, get me out of here. Special summon the Freeman's Engraver. Now, mind you, I don't know what the heck that is. I don't know what bro has in the hand. I think I saw him search 2 things, but I don't remember. So my best play here right now is doing this Requiem, attaching. I have to get rid of one of these, right? I'm gonna go for the Q because I don't think he has another match here. I don't think he has a way of banishing this, and if he doesn't, I'll just accept my fate and cry. As I'm gonna activate the Engraver, send the Requiem and the Q to the graveyard, activate the Wake because I still can special summon this thing by paying 2,000. Special summon to get the Golem. I can't special summon the Golem, but that's fine. I just need 2 bodies to go into the Nightmare Phoenix, which is disruption in my combo. As I'm gonna send a card to the graveyard, which is the 1. We're gonna pop this card. It's infinite impermanence. I'm rejoicing because I don't need to cry anymore. I just don't. That's all they had. We're gonna normal summon the Girsu, activate the Girsu, send the Harp. We're gonna use both of these monsters, going to the long Girsu, the Orcust Orchestrator, because I'm gonna orchestrate my W, activating the Orcust Harp, special summon the Nightmare, because that's what's happening right now. Going to the Galatea Eye. Do we activate the Eye? Yes, we do. We have a bunch of cards in the hand. We're gonna send the Girsu, get myself the World Legacy to the hand. We're gonna set the Babel, use both of these monsters here. Link 3, Link 1, Link 4, quick math. Special summon it. And Lil Girsu, special summon the Crown. We're gonna activate the Nightmare. Give this thing an attack boost. Send a card to the graveyard. Activate the Galatea. Banish the Girsu, special summon it. Use both of these monsters. Automatically go into the automation. I'll be rapping, bro. I'm sorry. Activate that thing's effect. We're gonna send a Girsu back into the deck. We're gonna set the trap just in case we don't have lethal. Now we're gonna use this the Galatea here. Going to the Girsu. I don't need to attach anything. We're gonna get rid of a card on the field. get the backup out of here. Well, the wizard. I thought it was the backup, but it's the wizard. We're gonna activate the one because I told you it's magical out here. Special summon the harp. We're gonna activate the Ingirsu. Add the one back to the hand so we could send it to the deck. And if you look closely at this card right here, it belongs to me. It just belongs to me. It's mine now, and there it is. Lethal damage on the field. Our opponent's gonna scoop. I ain't gonna lie. We didn't have much to play through, but the way we did it was fire. I was fire, bro. The deck is fire. I mean, we only had to play through one disruption, essentially. But I think that Lancia really just saved my whole career, bro. I mean, Maxi is what saved my whole career. Let's keep it a buck, but that Lancia might have done something. So with that being said, let's continue. I'm not gonna lie. Commentating after the last duel made me hella thirsty. That was a lot that we did and a lot of yapping. Either way, we're gonna get hit with the Maxi. Luckily, we have an Ash. I was gonna say we have a Cobra the Grey, but we have an Ash. So no bug for us. We're good. This is awkward, but it's doable. Now, I probably had to improvise on this because having to do the combo from just a Wedge Tempo seems weird, but we could do it. Activate the tempo. We have the Orcust Nightmare, which is nice. This is one of the good things about this engine as well, is that it puts these things in the back row. And by having them in the back row, you know they're going to get sent to the graveyard. You love having your Orcust cards in the graveyard. So this thing is honestly really good synergy. As we're going to special summon the Wakes here, we're going to get ourselves the Golem. We're going to activate the Golem so we could set it. We don't have to special summon it. So we could send both of these, get the body. Again, 2 bodies is all we need. We're going to use both of these and go into the Moon of the Closed Heaven. You know how this goes. Bring the Requiem. Activate the Requiem, special summon La Crema. La Crema is going to send Engraver. Engraver is going to activate, send the Closed Heaven, which I should have sent Requiem. Honestly speaking, I should have sent Requiem. We're going to see why later. But either way, Engraver back onto the field. We're going to use both of these, go into the sequence. We're going to activate the sequence, use both of these monsters, the Requiem and La Crema. Actually, as a matter of fact, it didn't matter. So usually what you would like to do is leave Moon, special summon Moon, so that you can make Apollo with Moon and Freebie sequence. But I don't think we have enough bodies. Well, actually, no, we do have enough bodies because I could have banished this. Nah, let me stop yapping because I don't think that works. I think I did this right. Special summon Engraver, right? And then we're going to use both of these monsters to go into Nightmare Phoenix. I think we did this correctly. As we're going to go into the Nightmare Phoenix, like I said, that's a 1-card combo. We're going to activate La Crema, do a little extra damage. Send the Engraver back. Now we're going to activate the Orcust Nightmare, give this thing an attack boost. It doesn't really matter. We just need the Harp in the graveyard. Activate the Harp, special summon Girsu. Activate Girsu. We're going to send the 1. Use the Girsu to link off into the Eye. With the Eye, we're going to get rid of a card, which is going to be the Lancia. Send this, getting ourselves a Fable. We're going to use both of these monsters here now to go into the Orchestrator. Yeah, this had to be one of my earlier. No, because I got to link 2. I couldn't link 2 here. Yeah. I might have did this really weird, but it's fine. Galatea Eye, we're going to banish the Girsu. This is definitely one of my earlier games. We're going to activate the World 1. Special summon the Nightmare. Now we're going to use both of these monsters. We're going to go into the Galatea. I was bringing it back, though. Let me see. Activate the Galatea. Send the Girsu back. We're going to set the trap. And now we make it link 4. No, never mind. We're going to go into the Girsu. Oh, I get it. We can make our level 4 like this. I had somewhere here I could. We grab the 1. Now we're going to use both of these to go into the Enlil Girsu. We're going to get rid of the field spell to set our own field spell. Activate that Ingirsu. We're going to grab the Horror back. I have a normal summon, so I can normal summon that. And use both of these monsters to go into IP Masquerade. Alright, so I managed to bring it back. And this is why I don't like the deck. Now clearly, I think we could have done this combo better. And maybe have 1 card left. But my point is you have to discard too much. It's too much discarding alone in a game where your board could be broken really easily sometimes. Going second is not that crazy, not that bad anymore. It's still better going first. Of course, we're not going to argue that. But not having cards in the hands feels crazy to me. It feels fair, but this game isn't fair. So either way, now we're going to activate the Galatea Eye. We're going to banish a monster. We're going to get hit with the Abyss of Serenir, so Times from the Kingdom. We could have Omni negated that, but I decided not to. Get that thing out of here. And again, 100% this is one of my earlier games. I can tell you right now, I was running out of time from doing that combo. As they're going to normal summon the Quem, activate the Quem, I'm definitely going to crescendo the quem. Can't speak English. Either way, grass looking greener. Yeah. We have to deal with that. Sometimes in the kingdom, I'm gonna activate the Orcust Nightmare, banish that thing, give this thing an attack boost. Wish this was an Apollo right now, but it's not. Sometimes it is what it is. We're gonna send the skeleton to the graveyard. We're just gonna send 50,000 cards to the graveyard. Yo! That's crazy. That's freaking crazy. Either way, the mills were not that great. Like, he has a Fallen of Albas. Yes, that's good. This thing is not good down there. This thing, I guess, he does have the trap. And he does have Despair Tragedy. So not that crazy. He's going to activate the Despair. I'm going to call by the grave the Despair, get the thing out of here. Seems like the best thing to finger right now. They're going to activate the Branded Retribution, getting the Branded in white to the hand. I'm going to activate the Horror, hoping that we could scare him a little bit. But I doubt it is branded. We're going to special summon the Girsu. Basically getting an extra body because Girsu is going to send another body to the graveyard. They're going to get the Branded in white. Again, the Tragedy is going to get tragically banished out of here and negated. We're gonna activate the Girsu. We're gonna send the muy bien, because I can activate the one and special summon this. Okay. They're gonna send another tribe to the grave, which is gonna be the Branded Sword. Activate the Branded Sword. Get one of your banished monsters, the Queen, back to the hand. Branded is freaking nuts. Get yourself the Branded in white. Use the materials in the graveyard as materials to fusion summon. I decided to IP Mascarenita right now. We're going to use both of these, and we're going to go into SP the Littlest Knight. Because I was assuming, okay, so either two things are going to happen. He's either going to go into the Albion the Branded Dragon, or he's going to go into the Lubellion Branded Dragon, the bigger one. Me doing this kind of forces him to go into the Lubellion one. And if he does that, then I'm just going to banish this thing. If he doesn't, I'm going to banish the Albion the Branded Dragon, is what I'm thinking, right? So he's going to use Mercurian and Fallen of Albas as material. And there it is, Lubellion the Syrian Dragon. We basically force him to do that. So he's going to activate the Lubellion Syrian Dragon. They're going to chain block it with the Tri Brigade Mercurian. And I decided to banish the Abyss of Serenir. Why? Simple. If I banish this, it doesn't matter. Because it literally does nothing. And let me check down here. Oh no, he already used the trap. But my whole thing is that if I get this thing out of here and it doesn't make it to the graveyard, they can't get Branded Fusion, is what I was thinking. So either way, we're going to banish that. He's going to activate Branded in red. Adding the Aluber to the hand, I'm going to activate the Enlil Girsu to grab one of the monsters back to the hand. Am I taking over? Grab the Nightmare, send the Nightmare back, and that's our Lubellion Syrian Dragon, which is a really good play because now they can't use this as fusion material. We're going to banish this thing, if I'm not mistaken. And they already banished Fallen of Albas and Mercurian. So what is he supposed to fusion summon with? Yep, he's going to use both of these, but that's what he's using the spell right here for, the Branded in red. We don't get to banish anything. Mercurian is going to add Blazing Cartesia back to the hand. The Syrian Dragon is going to use both of these to fusion summon into Rimbrum. Branded! Branded is nuts, bro. Branded, it has like no dents. You think you're punching Branded and then just like weave. Oh, you thought you did something? I had another monster that I could pivot into. Branded is such a crazy deck. Either way, Rimbrum. Here they're gonna activate the Golden Sorcerer, banish that thing, so they can special summon the Queen back, activating the Deathbed Coritis. He's gonna slap over our Enlil Girsu, slap over their own Lubellion the Syrian Dragon, and they pass. Now, if you're wondering why, I think they were running low on time too. I took forever to do my combo, and I was panicking, activating things. I'm not gonna lie to you. But also, it took him a little while to do his plays as well. So we end up on just SP the Littlest Knight, which is not that great. They're gonna activate Branded in High Spirit, getting another card to the hand here. We get our attack back. Does that matter? Not much. We're gonna join 2 Engraver, which is amazing. We could activate the Crescendo. We're gonna get Girsu to the hand. So we could normal summon Girsu. Give me that. Activate the Girsu, send a card to the grave, which is gonna be the Horror. We're gonna activate the Skeleton. Special summon the Il Girsu, which is crazy. Activate the Il Girsu. We're gonna activate to grab the heart back to the hand so we could take over a monster. Rimbrum, I completely forgot about this. I'm not gonna lie. I forgot the Rimbrum on the field is essentially an extra monster, extra deck monster negate and bounce, which is crazy. But did it matter much? Not really, because we're going to activate the SP the Littlest Knight, get ourselves and the Quim out of here. Get us out. Again, this thing is negated. It's going to get bounced back. I'm going to activate Engraver, send it to the graveyard, get myself the track, and Bro Scoop. Thank the heavens. Thank the heavens, because I had like 40 seconds. I have 40 seconds to figure it out. And I'm going to keep it 1,000 with you. I don't think I had it figured out. I don't think I had it figured out. I mean, we have this combo. He did send my Link 4 back into the deck. We could recycle more cards, but it's just in 40 seconds with this deck, and I'm just not the greatest pilot with it yet. I'm just happy he scooped. Let's continue. All right, gang, here we are for replay numero 4, I believe it is, number 4 of the day. Now, this wasn't crazy. I'm just showing you how we play through a good amount of disruption, because my opponent's going to activate the Lordy Load, and I'm going to Ash that. We're playing against Blue Eyes. Now, you could think that this is a bad Ash. Sometimes Lordy Load negate is good, sometimes it's not. But I chose to negate that thing. And it was the right choice, because they're going to activate that thing. Special summon Blue Eyes. I'm assuming they just don't have anything. As a matter of fact, I know they don't have anything, because they're going to set a backward end their turn. Now, I believe he did this again to set up the little wall, right? But I thought he had the drill beam. I really thought he did, because the field kept glowing. You're going to see why it kept glowing anyways. But here, our hand, we have 2 starters plus an extender plus a dodge. Come on, bro. What are we talking about? Normal summon Girsu. Oh, never mind. Unfortunately, I can't dodge Infinite Impermanence, because this thing doesn't have an effect for me to negative drop it. So it is what it is. But my point is that this is why I thought they had drill beam, because their field kept glowing, but it was Infinite Impermanence, which I'm perfectly fine with. That's actually better for us. We do not care. So Girsu gets negated. We're going to pivot into the Engraver, send the Engraver to the graveyard, get ourselves the track. We're going to activate the track, get ourselves the Lorry into the graveyard. You know how this goes, from the graveyard onto the field. Lorry onto the field, it turns into a Requiem. Requiem onto the field, get it out. Oh no. We're going to activate Engraver. Special summon Engraver. Oh, because we could activate Requiem. Yes. Special summon La Crema. Activate La Crema. Send the other Engraver. Activate the Requiem. Attach it so we can get rid of Blue Eyes. Get it out of here. Yep. Clear the board first. We're going to use both of these monsters now. Pivot into the sequence. Activate the sequence. There it is. Effect de la Valor. So 2 disruptions so far. I don't know if they have anything else, but this is the crazy part about this deck. Special summon the World Legacy. Because you summon it wherever something's pointing to. Going to the Nightmare Phoenix. We're going to use the Phoenix. I could have popped that thing if I wanted to, but I decided not to, because we don't need to. We're going to go into the Nightmare Mermaid. Activate the Mermaid, saying the drop because I want to keep this Ash. Special summon the Nightmare. We're going to use the Nightmare, get it out of here. Going to the Galatea Eye. Activate the Galatea Eye, send the Ash. You see? You see what I'm talking about? I wanted to keep the feats, but now I have no feats. But I have a field spell though, but that's why I don't like it. It's just, especially like, let's say you're going second, you have to discard cards to do your combo. That's not that great. So either way, we're going to use both of these. Going to the Galatea Automation. We're going to activate the Galatea Eye. Banish a card, special summon it, activate the automation, send the Girsu back into the deck so we could set the trap. Now I was going for lethal damage, but I don't think I had it, as we're going to go into the long Girsu, the Orcust Orchestrator. Bring it out here. We're going to use the Galatea to go into the Dingirsu. Bring it out. I think I attach here. Oh no, I decided to be petty and just bounce back the card that I need to bounce back. Get the Nightmare, give this thing an attack boost. Activate the Harp that we just sent to the graveyard. Harp is going to special summon the Skeleton. We're going to use both of these. Go into the Enlil Girsu. Name is killing me. Enlil Girsu. Why couldn't he just be Lil Girsu? I would have been tough. Lil Girsu. Sound like he a rapper or something. Either way, Skeleton. Banish the Skeleton. Special summon the Orchestrator. And we are just shy of a lethal damage. As I'm going to activate this thing and add one of the monsters back to the hand. Unfortunately, we're already normal summoning and everything. So it is what it is, but it's fine. Because why? We get to attack here 26, 25, 26 again. They're left with 300 life points. We get to use both of these monsters. Going to the SP, the Littlest Knight, because we want to get rid of that The blue eyes, get it out of here, which is it's good for us. And now we can take over a monster, banish a card, and Omni negate. And I believe we could summon this back and bounce a card back. So we're good. Activate the Galatea Eye, special summon it, send the skeleton to the yard. We're gonna get the World Legacy Crown to the hand. Do I have the wand in the graveyard? No, we don't. So this is essentially kind of useless. As we're gonna activate the Lordy Load, we're gonna activate the skeleton here so I can special summon the Girsu. Okay, so I think I thought here that by doing this I could get rid of this and negate it. That's not how that worked, because the chain order is already done by then. If I was gonna do anything, I should have only negated, but I wasn't too worried about it. They're gonna get the Drill Beam here. I'm gonna activate the Dingirsa. They're gonna activate Drill Beam, showing us a Blue Eyes White Dragon. So here he decided to banish my Orchestrated Babel, and I'm like, I don't care. Even though essentially I should, because it's what's giving me this thing's effect. You show me you basically one of your cards in the hand is dead. You already used this. I don't care about this because it's gonna get bounced back, and you have one card that's gonna get Omni negated. So yeah, I don't care about losing this right now. Really don't. As again, the Lordy Low, get it out of here. Normal summon a draw. I'm thinking what? Typhon? No. Spirit with the ISO Blue. Activate the Spirit. We're gonna negate it and banish it with a Crescendo. Why? Because we know you have a Blue Eyes White Dragon in the hand. 300 life points. You can't summon anything. It's lethal damage. We're done. We're done. Which I low-key want to play Access Code in this deck. It's just the extra deck is so tight. I wish I could play Access Code and Caesar. Access Code more than Caesar, just to get the extra damage and make it easier to lethal. It's not that hard to lethal with the deck, but this thing has 0 attack and, you know, whatever. Let's continue. All right, familia, for the last replay, I'll just show you my last two, which I lost, but I'm going to try this deck out. I'm going to try it out and see, cause it is honestly, I think this might be worse than Maliss or at the level of Maliss. The way this deck functions. As they're gonna throw a Fua, I have an Ash. Unfortunately, of course, I just made it to Diamond 1. So the double trouble is out here. What's the double trouble? When you have Fua and Maxi? Because I think he has Maxi if I remember correctly. I'm gonna normal summon La Crema, activate La Crema, there it is. I don't have a finger. It's odd times in the kingdom. I don't think I take the challenge here. There's no point. We're gonna send Engraver in a turn. And we have a rock. We have a rock and hope and dreams. As they're gonna normal summon the Sword right here, I'm like, okay, that's a good sign. They're gonna get the EXT, special summon it, aggregate it to the graveyard, activate the aggregator, negate the La Crema that doesn't even have an effect that matters right now. They're gonna add a card to the hand, which is gonna be the No Right Seal. Activate the cross that they already had in the hand, of course. Bro's hand wasn't. I was meant to lose this duel. This duel was rigged. Some games, in my opinion, they're rigged. In this game, it's like you're meant to lose. No matter what you do, you will lose that game. As they're gonna go into the dual drive, they're gonna get themselves another Soul Right Seal to the hand. And here I'm like, okay, bro is a really bad Right Seal player. These are horrible Right Seal players because you're playing into Nib. You already normal summon. Now you have to special summon. That doesn't give you 2 level 4s, which means you either special summon the node and special summon from the graveyard, or you special summon the ice and activate the ice, which is still in Nib territory by now. Which that's what they do. Special summon the ice, and then he not only does he special summon the ice that he can activate to get a body, he just lost 2 cards for no reason. I'm like, why don't you just get the node? But no, he does this, and I throw out the rock. I'm like, yes. Even though he could activate the node, bring a level 4 back, and make detonator, we can try and play through that. We can. That's what I'm thinking, right? Yes, indeed. We're gonna give him a fat token, Right Seal Cross, send 2 cards back, and I hope he didn't just draw into something crazy. As he's gonna activate the node, he sends the Night Sword Serpent, and this is when I knew I was cooked. Yep, I knew I was cooked because 2 level 4s, craziness. King of the Pharaoh Imp. So not only do I have to play against one of the best decks in the game, I have to watch it pivot into the other one of the best decks in the game. I think this is the 3rd best deck in the game right now. Get yourself have a Kiri, special summon the Sanji, get rid of the token so he doesn't lose a body. Yes. Activate the Mitsurugi Right Seal. Send the Mikoto to the graveyard. Special summon the Habakiri. Activate Mikoto. Recycle the spell, the ritual. The Mitsurugi ritual. Activate that thing using the monster on the field because it gets to come back. They're going to go into the Marakumo, which bye-bye to the token. It was never even there. Yep, activate that. Activate the Habakiri, which again is going to search and special summon itself. And I think that's already lethal damage. I think that's already lethal damage, my boy. Yep, wipe it. And yeah, that's lethal damage. And that is when I just, wait, what? Oh, never mind. Mitsurugi prayers, get, yeah, tribute. It gets to come back. Burn the 800. Special summon. Yep, bring it back out here. It's lethal damage. This deck is nuts. Honestly, this deck not having a lock, and mind you, I really like Mitsurugi. I think it's a great deck. Pure. Now when you mix it with anything else, you're just playing crack shenanigans. Especially if you have an engine that can spit out level 4 bodies to make this thing and search. Yeah, Mitsurugi Right Seal is nasty. And that's when I shut off the game because I realized what Konami's gonna do to me. Yeah, let's continue. All right, familia. So that is the deck. This is the video. Again, really good deck. You could definitely climb with this deck, no problem, especially if you actually know how to pilot it. But I don't like it that much. I will still play it here and there, but I don't like it that much. And it's essentially, it all boils down to discarding cards, even though it can be good. Like if you open up with, you could discard a harp, or you could discard even the crown, or you could discard the nightmare. You know, those are good. But when you have to discard anything else, especially a hand trap, it just feels counterproductive. And for that, that's the only reason I don't like the deck. Other than that, oh yeah, and the combo is really freaking long. It really is freaking long. So with that being said, again, if you guys enjoyed the content, leave a like, share, comment, and subscribe because I would really appreciate it. Enough with the yapping. Continue having a great day, night, or afternoon, wherever you're at. And I'm gonna catch you guys next time. Peace.